Hello, friends. Pastor Amy here. It is Wednesday, March 31st, Wednesday of Holy Week. Um, Holy Week is usually such a deeply spiritual time for me in engaging in the scriptures and following Jesus on that path toward the cross. But I have to confess, this week, this year, Holy Week kind of has me feeling more like
Pie Jesu Domine, dona eis requiem.
am I right? At least that's where I am this year. Um, I don't know. And I think a lot of it has to do with remembering where we were last year at Holy Week and in the confusion and the uncertainty of entering into this pandemic and not knowing what's going on and having come through a year of this pandemic. It's been hard for so many of us, for all of us. We felt isolated, we felt uncertain. A lot of the things that we depended on, that we thought would always be there, events, things like that, they've been canceled or significantly changed. Um, this whole pandemic has also revealed to us so many of the systemic injustices uh, that that then result in economic and racial disparities throughout this country, and it's been hard. Um, Holy Week has traditionally been a time where we enter into solidarity with Jesus and the suffering that he experienced um, in Holy Week, the suffering of betrayal by his by Judas and denial by Peter, suffering through the accusations in his trial and the torture at the hands of Roman soldiers, suffering on his crucifixion and then death. Um, it's also a time for us to engage in self reflection and how our own sins contribute to suffering in the world. But I want to invite you to focus on another aspect to Holy Week and to the actions uh, that Jesus took that week, and that is um, it's the most important aspect of why we observe Holy Week, and that is God's overwhelming and unconditional love. It is fully on display in the person and actions of Jesus during Holy Week. Um, Tomorrow on Thursday, we'll have a service here at the church and streaming online, Maundy Thursday. And the word Maundy comes from the Latin word mandatum, which means mandate or command. And it comes from the command that Jesus gave to his disciples in that last meal with them. And that command was love one another. Just as have loved you, love one another. And so I encourage you, don't forget to allow God to love you. Allow yourself to be held in God's love. That is exactly what this week is all about. Um, it is good to remember and to be mindful um, of harm that we can do to one another. Um, but in the end, God loves us and is there holding us. God is there watching us trying to do better and cheering us on, saying, "Go for it." Um, and God is holding us, and so allow yourself to be held by God this week and every day. Um, and be mindful of that command, that mandate from Christ to love one another. We'll have some opportunities coming up, different ways to love others. Um, we've got another podcast episode coming on Jeff and Amy at the Well. That's going to be posting on Friday. And this is going to be a really, I think, important one. Not because Jeff and I are particularly articulate or anything like that, but the topic itself is important. Jeff and I are going to be talking about suicide. And we think it's important to destigmatize all the conversation around that. So we'll be posting the link to that on our Facebook page on Friday, so keep an eye out for that. So, friends, I hope that you are experiencing a deeply moving and spiritual Holy Week, and that you are feeling embraced and wrapped in God's love. And I'm so looking forward to celebrating the joy of the empty tomb, that revelation that Christ is risen and that God's love can defeat even death. So, friends, know that God so loves you. So do I. And I will see you Easter Sunday. Take care.